Hello, hello. Welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika. Here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And today I'm adding some pages to my grimoire, and it's going to be all about February 1st, which it's called Imbolc, and it's basically marked as the time where it's basically the time when spring is about to arrive. Um, it's, if you have long winters right now, I mean, I wouldn't say I have a long winter, but it has been chilly. Sometimes you need a jacket where I live right now. And it actually snowed here in Arizona in North Scottsdale. I know they got snow. So we are definitely feeling winter. Um, as opposed to being kind of in the space of, oh, I can't wait for this to be over. I just want, you know, it to be, spring again. I don't think like that. Um, I'm not ready for it to be over. I'm trying to get into a space where I appreciate the seasons as they come, as opposed to constantly wishing for the next season and so forth. I don't think that's especially if you're practicing magic and you are cognizant of the wheel of the year and just seasonal changes. I think you should just take it as they come and experience, enjoy, and when it's time to transition into another season, welcome that. And that's kind of what I'm doing. And one of the ways that I do that is by adding pages to my grimoire and actually practicing some of the things that I actually add to the grimoire. So let's get into it. So I'm going to jump into it. So I got this from Michael's. This is a Recollections brand sticker book. It's called Southern Blues. So that's what this is right here. Okay. So I've already started using some of this book. So you'll see some stickers missing. I really like it. But look at this. It's a good day to be happy. I think this is so pretty. Like, I like that. But what I'm going to go for, I'm just showing you right now some of the stickers that are in here. But I like some of the flowers that I saw, and I want to decorate with that on these pages. Definitely are digging the blues. For some reason, the blue resonates even more. It fits to me. It's kind of coming from the winter. This is perfect as well. Coming out of winter, going into that, I think it really aesthetically looks nice and it makes sense as well. The blue specifically. So I'm gonna use that. I was looking for a washi strip. Yeah, here we go. And then they have the washi strip here as well. So I'm gonna dive right in. I'm just kind of showing you what I'm working with. There you go. But this is so pretty to me. So yes, I have the red here, and that's okay. But watch what I do. So um, I know a lot of people think you might have to be Wiccan to celebrate these holidays, and I don't agree with that. Um, First of all, being mindful of the wheel of the year is not, something that can only be. I'm going to cover this, by the way. It cannot is not only something that is exclusively Wiccan. So let's just be clear. Um, the concept, the whole thing of wheel of the year, that is not just Wiccan. Let's just be clear. It is also, the rest of us. There's other cultures who are follow, do seasonal type of workings and things like that. Um, I used to be Wiccan when I first started out, yes, but I'm not any longer. Although there are appeals and parts of that faith that still resonate with me to this day. So I'm just going to put this here. I'm just kind of doing a pretty stuff first. I'm going to write some stuff in here in a moment. Just little tidbits of information. Oh, wait, almost forgot. So I'm going to use the letters that they have here and add that. But there had been a lot of time that I didn't follow any particular pagan holiday. I was always yeah, well, except for like Halloween, of course. It may be Christmas, Yule, not just Christmas, but Yule. But these holidays like this, like Imbolc and things like that, and Litha, I didn't always do it. But the longer I've been practicing, I find it to be sort of a beautiful way to express my spirituality by practicing these things, I feel centered, grounded. I feel kind of clued in, checked in, so to speak, with nature this way, acknowledging, being aware, because as I'm doing this, I'm acknowledging literally the reality of what's happening outside. Also, I'm not really an outdoorsy person, so this works for me. Although, I have much respect for nature, I'm just not fluent and getting out and about in it. That's not something I have a lot of experience in. Doesn't mean I don't want it. I just don't have it, and that's okay. Those things will come in time. But so I have that here. So now is the part where I just write what I want on this particular page, because I'm going to do it on both, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to write. All right, so the thing that I'm doing on this page is going to be basically an Imbolc house cleansing ritual. I was inspired by Patty Whittington on her page, her website. She talks about this. So it's going to be a little bit modified, but this is what this is what I want to work for me. So first off, I'm going to call it, let me get the title on, Imbolc house cleaning ritual. House cleaning ritual. Okay. Items needed. Okay. Oh, there's something stuck on here. Anyway, items needed. So this is where I kind of improvise a little bit. So I'm going to say a bowl of water and sea salt, sage, or incense, but I'll just put sage. I could always switch it up if I want. Blue candle, and I'm going to say rosemary oil. In hers, she says a blessing oil. I want it to be rosemary. So there's that. So this is what I need. So, okay. All right, so we'll say speak the following. Okay, and I'm just going to put here, she says, and then she has a separate section, she says something more. May the goddess bless this home, making it sacred and pure, so that nothing but love and joy shall enter through this door. Dig that a lot. So I'm going to write that over here in the cut. As I write this, I will just tell you something. If you're in a household and you don't live alone and you have other people in the household, whether it's, somebody you're in a relationship with, whether it's a roommate or just family, children, when you're doing home blessings and things like that, but the people are coming in with energy that is kind of anti the very thing that you're putting out there, um, you have to also remember you can only be responsible to some degree for the energy that you bring and the energy that you allow. So at some point, depending, of course, age appropriate, and we're talking adults, you will probably have to make a decision, whether you want that type of person, the energy that that person is bringing into your space. You're doing all types of energy work to bring a certain atmosphere in your home, and you're dealing with someone who doesn't seem to want to do that. um, they seem to want to do things, their way, and it might be, like I said, anti to the energy that you want to bring in. So at some point, it's hard, but we have to make a decision on whether or not we want that person in our home. Let's just be honest with you. And I think that's a tough decision, because you could be doing all this work, but if you have people, not even person, if you have people in your house who are just very anti, um, decisions have to be made. I know that sounds kind of cavalier the way I'm saying it, but really that's the truth. I mean, you can keep doing all these spells, and you can do protection, you can do so forth. I mean, either they need to go, or you're doing some sort of work, let's be honest, or you're going to be doing some sort of work on them. And when you're doing work on others, you want to know their weak spots, you want to know their sensitivities, you want to know all those things, because honestly, you need that in order for it to work. Remember, in other videos I talk about will, and people have strong will. So if they're strong willed, you're going to have to counteract that in order for spells and workings to do. Like if you want to put them in a jar, if you want to sweeten them, or if you just want to punish them. You have to get to know them. And I know, it's not popular to really think about all this and talk about this, but, facts. That's just reality. I mean, you can only be responsible for you and your energy and the energy you allow. And there are people who will breach that. It's up to you whether or not you're comfortable with them breaching it once, or if they continuously are, habitual breachers. So that's all I'm saying about that. But you just have to kind of look at these things in a very, simple way. Sometimes, we tend to think more into it, and but this and their sign and or this and that. But like I'm just learning as I get older, you can only work with people who are willing to be honest and who are willing to work with you. And when I mean work with you, I mean like live this thing called life. And that's like even your kids. Like I'm talking teenagers, young adults, roommates, like I said, people you're in a relationship with. I mean, if you really think about it, you're doing all this work, but if they're not in it, to aid in bringing this energy, into the home, and cleansing the space and welcoming positive energy. Like I said, nobody can be positive all the time, but you want to keep a certain energy balance in the house, and you need everybody involved. So, just word to the wise. If you're kind of thinking about that, depending, because I know a lot of us are in quarantine, we've spent a lot of time together, people might be at each other's throats, so the energy in the home might be a little off. So that's why I bring this up. I'm not saying that you need to kick everybody out, including the kids. I'm saying, there might, maybe a getaway to kind of reset a little bit. Maybe people will be a little bit more appreciative about keeping the atmosphere, balanced in the home. Just something to think about. All right, so yeah, I was gonna write something here. I did just kind of want to write like these are the things to say, and I'm gonna say, do the following. Okay, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I kind of just, sprinkle, and then, I'm cleansing this space. But I get all that when I do it. But this is the page basically that I'm doing. Um, like I said, I don't, first of all, this is for me, right? So when I'm reading this, I don't want to see long drawn out things on here, because I mean, if it's detailed, it's detailed. Let me stop playing. If I'm writing a detailed spell, then it is what it is. But for something like this, um, I understand what this represents. It could be a year from now, it could be 5 years from now. I understand what this all represents. So it's easy for me to just kind of look at this and remember this is something that I want to do at this time of year. So I'm just going to add a couple other embellishments to this page. Um, where were those flowers? Let me get back. Oh, here we go. So I'm gonna add, oh my, isn't this just so pretty? Anyway, I'm gonna add just a few other colorful embellishments to the page because it's what I do. I got these sticker books for a reason. I like using them. And I know it's not everybody's cup of tea to add this sort of stuff, but it is mine. So I like it, so I use it. And it's, my little personal thing here, so I'm not hurting anybody. And, if you like it, you like it. You don't have to do anything like this if this is not your thing. But this is how I like to decorate the pages because I'm really into planning and things like that. So when I see these types of things, it just, for me, it's cute and I like it. And cute is not a bad thing. I was talking with somebody recently about this, and they kind of had this idea in their head that if it's cute, if it's pretty, it's not real witchcraft. Like, there was basically this conversation like witchcraft is ugly, witchcraft is messy, and all the cutesy things that we see, aesthetically speaking, don't represent the real witchcraft. And I'm like, okay, yes, first of all, that person wasn't wrong. It could be all those things. But I'm a witch, I'm practicing witchcraft, and this is my grimoire, which is a magical sacred book to me, and I'm adding pretty stickers, so I made it cute. And, like, how is that still not the same thing? So, for those of us who kind of struggle with, it looks a little kitty-ish, it looks a little this, you don't have to do yours this way. If that's not your deal, totes get it. I totally understand. But for me, this makes me happy, this expression of my witchcraft, and I like it. So here we go. Now I will work on this page off camera separately, and in another video I'll be happy to reshare, probably, on the day itself, what I've done and so forth and so on. But yeah, this is the finished look. Let me zoom in a little bit more. All right, there we go. This is the finished look. So hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you like it. And I think this is something simple and easy. It fits right in with my aesthetic, cottage witchcraft aesthetic and how I practice. I like it, simple little things to do like this, which technically seems simple, but I think depending on your intention, and mine would be to cleanse and to purify, and to bring in grounding energy and all that sort of stuff, and the passionate heat of fire. So I think this will work wonders for me and my household. So thanks again for watching. This is Mika, Leap Taken. Please like, subscribe, share if you've already subscribed. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much again for watching. Bye-bye.